Welcome to Bookworm Dash, the home where stories from the pens of South African writers come to life. Here, you'll discover captivating Afrikaans novels, Afrikaans short stories, and English tales to enjoy while doing your daily chores or simply relaxing. Thank you for visiting us. Please give us a like and subscribe so we can continue sharing more stories and help our channel grow. We welcome your comments, positive or negative, as every bit of feedback helps us improve. All copyrights belong to the respective writers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the story.
The Whisper of the Plains, written by Katinka. The late afternoon sun hung low over the Nebraska plains, draping the endless stretch of yellowed grass in a golden haze. The air carried the scent of dust and hay, with a faint tang of cedar from the weathered fence cutting across the field like an old scar. A chestnut stallion, his coat gleaming like polished mahogany, stood tethered to the fence. His ears twitched as a soft breeze stirred the stillness. Beside him, Ellie Harper leaned close, her long brown hair spilling over her shoulders, her cowboy hat tilted back just enough for the sunlight to catch her hazel eyes. Worn denim hugged her knees, her white shirt sleeves were rolled to the elbows, and her fingers moved in slow, patient strokes behind the horse's ear. "You're a good boy, aren't you, Jasper?" she murmured. Her voice was a whisper meant for him alone. The stallion snorted softly and nudged her shoulder. She smiled, though beneath that warmth was a flicker of restlessness, a longing she couldn't quite name. Ellie had grown up on this land, a sprawling ranch her family had worked for 3 generations. The Harper place was stitched together with sweat, stubborn hope, and more than a few quiet miracles. But lately, it felt less like home and more like a tether. The bank was circling, her father's debts piling higher than the hay bales in the barn. In town, over coffee and pie, people whispered, "The Harpers are done for." Ellie straightened, patting Jasper's neck, scanning the horizon. The fields rippled like a golden sea, unbroken except for a faint smudge in the distance. A rider, maybe, or just the shimmer of heat. She narrowed her eyes, but the shape dissolved into the haze. Shaking her head, she untied Jasper's reins and swung onto his back. "Come on, boy, let's clear our heads." They followed the fence line, the rhythm of Jasper's hooves a steady drumbeat in the quiet. Ellie's mind kept circling back to the letter she'd found that morning, hidden at the back of her father's desk. Yellowed, the ink faded, the words urgent. "The truth is buried where the cottonwood stands. Don't let them take it." No signature, no date. Just a crude map sketched on the back, marking a spot on the west side of the ranch. She hadn't told her father. He had enough worries without ghosts from the past. But she knew the handwriting. It was her mother's. A woman who had walked out when Ellie was 6, leaving nothing but half-remembered lullabies and unanswered questions. The lone cottonwood tree appeared just as the map promised, its gnarled branches clawing at the blue. It stood where the grass thinned to rock. Ellie dismounted, tied Jasper to a low limb, and pulled the letter from her pocket. The X on the map matched a patch of earth where the soil looked looser, as though disturbed long ago. She glanced around. No one. The only sound was the steady hum of cicadas. From her saddlebag, she drew a small trowel and began to dig. The sun pressed down, sweat slipping past her temple, her hat pushed back. 20 minutes later, the blade hit something solid, a rusted metal box. Her hands trembled as she pried it open. Inside lay a leather pouch, heavy in her palm. She loosened the drawstring. Gold coins spilled into her hand, dulled with age but still catching the sun. Dates from the 1800s. A folded note slipped free. "For Ellie, when she's ready, keep it safe, M." Her breath caught. Ready for what? A shadow fell over her. She turned, hand instinctively finding the knife on her belt. A tall man leaned against the fence, face shadowed by a black hat. His gray mare grazed nearby. Didn't mean to startle you, he said, his voice low with an unplaceable drawl. Saw you riding out here. Looked like you were hunting for something. Just checking the fence line, Ellie replied evenly. You're not from around here. Name's Caleb, passing through. His gaze flicked to the box at her feet. Find anything worth mentioning? No. She stepped toward Jasper, but Caleb didn't move. That's a fine horse. Jasper, right? Heard you talking to him earlier. She froze. He'd been watching her. I'm a tracker, he said lightly. Find things for folks. Sometimes things they don't even know they've lost. And you think I've lost something. He smiled without warmth. Let's just say I know who buried that gold, and I'm not the only one who's been looking. Later, Ellie sat at her kitchen table, the coins spread before her like forbidden treasure. Upstairs, her father coughed in his sleep. Caleb's warning echoed in her mind. They're coming. By dawn, she had decided. She'd sell the gold in Omaha and save the ranch. If Caleb came along, fine, but she'd keep her eyes on him. They rode out early, the horizon wide and quiet, until gunfire shattered it. 3 masked riders appeared over the ridge. Hand over the gold, one shouted. Caleb's revolver was already in hand. You'll have to go through me first. Ellie spurred Jasper toward the rocks, bullets kicking dust at their heels. They lost the riders in a canyon, but Caleb was right. They wouldn't outrun them forever. That night they laid a trap. The riders came. The fight was brief, brutal, and lit by moonlight. 2 fled. 1 didn't rise again. The gold was still hers. You're tougher than you look, Caleb said. And you're still not getting half, she replied. He laughed for real this time. They rode toward Omaha, dawn breaking over the plains. The future was uncertain. The shadow of her mother's choices still loomed. But with Jasper beneath her and the wind in her hair, Ellie felt ready for whatever the plains would bring. If you'd like to ride further with Ellie across the Nebraska plains and uncover more of her mother's secrets, let me know in the comments. Your thoughts might just decide where her trail leads next.
Thank you for listening with us here at Bookworm. Please remember to like and subscribe so we can let you know when the next exciting story is available. Hope to see you again soon.